Hello and welcome to the July 2022 Amiami Recap. As usual, I'm going to be talking about, criticizing, roasting, loving, hating some of the figure pre-orders that have gone up in July. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is one of the cutest things I've ever seen. I've been waiting all month to talk about this. This little Illustrious figure is so cute. Is this a skin for Illustrious? Is this a different unit in the game? I don't know, but I don't necessarily care. Look at the plane! She's the cutest little aircraft carrier. This is like peak daughter content. If you don't love this, I don't know what to tell you. Look at this little bag! Look at the bag! Also, someone on MFC is complaining that her head is too big. It kind of is, but she's also like a lolly and they have big heads. There's no size on the listing or on MFC, which is kind of concerning because I feel like they're just gonna make her super tiny. Don't think I could pre-order it without knowing the size. What is with the coloring on this? What is that skin tone? She looks really pale, and I think the similar colored hair just makes it feel even worse. But all the colors around her head just feel very desaturated. It's like as if they had this figure out next to a window under direct sunlight for like a year, and then they've brought it in and then like, we left the figure outside but we gotta take the product photos anyway. I mainly just decided to talk about this one because I wanted to look more at this base. This base looks like it's going for a 90s laser tag aesthetic, and that is not a compliment. I feel like this figure is just so close to being really cool. I'm just a bit confused by it all, really. That is not a buy from me. Here come all of the Chainsaw Man figures. Really seems like this show is gonna take off. And they're already coming out with so many cool figures before the animes even aired. So this is a 1/7 scale of Power by FuRyu. It's pretty cool. I like these solid red weapons. It looks like there's some cool gradation, going to that very vibrant red that really draws you in. I think this figure does have a lack of character detail though. I think that pulls it down a bit, and for 35,000 yen, you know, I'm expecting a bit more from this. I'm not all that impressed with the sculpt, and a lot of this paintwork just seems very one note, sort of bland. But I just don't think it's worth the asking price. Gives me the same sort of vibes as one of those older Monogatari series figures, which were all like half this price or less. So it just makes it hard for me to reconcile that, like, I don't think it's cool enough. And I think maybe a better way to demonstrate that is by looking at eStream's Chainsaw Man figure, because this, I feel like, is the step up that it needs. This is just gruesome and violent, awesome. This blood splatter effect is so cool. I love the hell out of that. It's really capturing this single moment in time so well. The blood splatter on Chainsaw Man's shirt is just so nice and so visceral. And comparing this back to Power now, it just feels very sterile and ultimately uninteresting if you're buying Chainsaw Man as well. You put them side by side. Like, this looks like a cartoon, and this looks grim. While the colors are sort of samey, I think it works really, really well. I think this is another case of eStream really playing to their strengths with those effect parts. It adds so much to the story of the figure, and it really sells what it's going for. All of the character detail as well is really good, and all of the bloodstains and stuff just feels really baked on there nicely. I'm really impressed with everything about this. You know, he's a little bit expensive, but he might be worth it. Can we do more cat girls instead of bunny girls? Is this in the show, or are they just doing this because they can? I think Chizuru's cat mouth is strange, but I do like the rest of her head, her eyes, and especially her hair. Looks like it just has some really nice highlights on it. It's pretty subtle, but it really makes those details pop just that little bit extra. The cat clothes though, I don't think they have a way of trying to do this sort of material without it looking really cheap. But I don't know. She's halfway there to being a really nice figure. This is the long-awaited hobby stock Tsubasa from Symphogear. I don't think there's been like a half-decent scale figure line where they've done all 3 of the main characters, but now with Tsubasa, this line is finally done with the original 3 girls. I didn't think they'd do it. I've been waiting like 4 or 5 years for this to happen, and I'm really feeling the figure inflation on this price. The detailing on these has never been all that great, but these sculpts have always been the best representations of these characters that makes them worth buying. Tsubasa's action pose here is absolutely sick. They've captured her angry expression really well, and this dashing forward sword slashing pose is really awesome. I think I'm gonna have to get her to finish the set. I gotta bring all the girls home. I'm so chuffed that this exists. But I am much less excited about this very cash grab looking Kirika figure. Kirika got her normal scale a couple of years ago. I have it, I think it looks great. I think this pole dancing stripper figure is completely unnecessary. Given the quality of these figures and how very plain they are, they don't lend themselves well to just being a cash-in figure like this. There's not that much shading there. There never has been, and there never will be. I'm just happy they finished all 6 girls before moving into stuff like this. I just feel like if they were gonna go down this route, they could have made it look better than this. Here's another figure I've been waiting all month to talk about. This is the PRISMA wing of Seista, who's also in a wedding dress, because why not? I think this figure has the coolest base gimmick I've ever seen. So by default you can display her with the base under her like this, and I think this green and gold just add a really nice color to the bottom of this wedding dress. But it can be moved into this configuration, where the base is acting like some sort of photo frame or something, I guess. I'm not even sure which one I prefer, because I think they both look really awesome in their own right. The inside of this dress also looks really nice. I think it might have a satin finish on it, but it's sort of hard to tell in these photos. But I do really like how it sort of peeks out from under the dress and you get a bit of that color variance going all the way down to the bottom. It's just really impressive. I like it a lot. I think my only complaint with this figure is that I think the character's a bit boring. I'm not a fan of the veil, it just seems like a big chunk of plastic. And Siesta's face is just like... it looks like she doesn't want to get married. It looks like she doesn't care. I don't know if there's further story context about that, but I also don't care. I think if you're doing a wedding figure, you should have a nice big cute smile on it. I think it's a really nice figure. I really hope fans of this series are happy with it. We've got another scale figure from Astrum Design. I've been really liking what they've been putting out. Their designs always feel very fresh and modern, and it feels like they have something new to add with every new figure. This one obviously has this sick transparent coat. The gradation from the yellow down to the pink is awesome. And this character just seems to have so much personality. You can see it on her face really well. The way her eyes and her mouth are all like, she's got that look going on that people are gonna fall for. And I also just love her hair color and how that works with this sunglasses visor thing, whatever that is. It all just works so well together. It seems like it's going to be a pretty awesome figure, and Astrum Design seem like a company to keep an eye out for now. Here is Star Guardian Jinx from Good Smile Shanghai. I would have rather we got Star Guardian Ari or Lux instead, but I guess Jinx is fine. She's basically the face of League now after Arcane. I think they've done a really great job of translating the very dynamic splash art into a 3D figure like this. I'm less happy about this puffy cloud effect base. I feel like it ends up being more distracting than it does to add to the figure at all. Kind of just looks like a big fart cloud or something, I don't know. And while Jinx has some really clean and nice detailing everywhere, I can't get past the base. I don't know. It might be one of those things that look better in person. That's sort of what I'm hoping for. I think Jinx's very vibrant red hair could definitely steal the show, so maybe I'm just overthinking things a little bit. Here we have the PRISMA wing at Quintuplets. And is it just me, or does this Ichika look cursed? She looks like an alien. What is going on? Like, something about this glossy finish just does not look human. We go from art like this to that. Bro, how is this 28,000 yen? I think all of the other girls look mostly fine. I don't know what's gone on with that one. This looks like a prize figure. Did they put 26,000 yen worth of the budget into this seat? Like, why does Ichika look so cheap? This is so strange. Hello, Megatron mummy. She looks basically as awesome as the artwork. I feel like this outfit is channeling K-pop idol vibes. I don't know, is that just me? Probably. I think Koto's done a really great job here. This line of figures seems to run a little bit cheaper. So for the quality and everything we're seeing here, I think she's well worth it. Oh, look at her face. Oh, it's so good. She looks so powerful. And the little Decepticon logo on her tie. Oh, it's so cute. She just looks like she's in a completely different league to Optimus Prime. Like, she's a bad bitch. She means business. One of the coolest things Koto has done in a long time. FuRyu have a couple of Spy Family scale figures. This first one is of Loid, and thank God this dude has a green suit because they can actually do shading on it and make it look good. I bet if he had a black suit, they would have just kept it straight black and it would have sucked. I don't know why I'm getting mad because they've done it correct. I think his hair seems a little bit dark though. I feel like it's usually a bit lighter in the artwork I've seen. And I think the proportions of his face just look a little bit weird in 3D, but seems kind of okay. And I'm not huge on this very boring base, but it is what it is. FuRyu are, however, also doing Anya, who is super cute and super tiny. And you know what that means? Her price tag isn't super tiny. Alright. Look how small she is. Loid is 17,000 yen. Anya is 14,000 yen. This is a 3,000 yen difference. You're getting less than half the amount of figure. Why is she so expensive? I get that she's cute, and I get that this is the one everyone's gonna want to buy, but she's 10 centimeters tall. She's as big as a Nendo. Man, y'all are getting ripped off. This reminds me of when Demon Slayer first blew up. Mega House and other companies were selling these really tiny Nezuko's, and people were like, oh my god, I need Nezuko, she's so cute. But I also understand it's probably going to be hard to price these Anya figures because she does have to be so small, or else she's out of scale with everything else. All that being said, my rant beside me, I think this figure does look really fantastic. I imagine there'll also be a your figure at some point as well. Overall, super cute. Nana has been on my plan to watch list for like 10 years since I started watching anime. I've never seen it, but I can appreciate the hell out of these figures. We've got Nana Osaki and Nana Komatsu, and the theme and duality of these figures is absolutely beautiful. The way these roses on Osaki's base just wrap around just looks absolutely beautiful. It's such a cool effect, and I think the colors really complement her nicely. Nana Komatsu, on the other hand, has these sunflowers, and they're sprouting up from the soil on the back of this base. I think they look really awesome, and it feels like a lot of care and detail has been put into making these things look and feel right. And just the texture and paintwork on these like wooden floorboards, that looks really impressive for a figure. I think my one issue with these is that they're 1/8 scale for 20,000 yen, but I feel like they could have gone a little bit bigger, a little bit better. But very cool to see the series get some love. We're getting a ton of paired figures this month. Here's another one. These are the Genshin Impact playable characters by Kotobukiya. These have been on my feed all week, and they just look so good. So damn good. The only problem I have with Aether is that he's not a cute girl. So that makes Lumine basically perfect. Look at her character design, it's so good. The blue gradients, the gold accents, they look so good with her hair and her pose and the shape of her outfit. I'm fanboying over a character I barely know. And I also think the price of these is super reasonable, so shout out to Kotobukiya for not destroying everybody's wallet. Aether looks awesome as well. Basically all the same things I said before, but he's got a different color scheme. I'm such a sucker for like tiny gold trim and stuff like that. It's just, it really gets me going. These look awesome. I guess we'll stay on the MiHoYo theme with this figure of Kiana from Hawkeye 3rd. I really like this because of how it uses perspective. From the front and from this side, it's just a lot of white. But then when we go over to the other side, the inside of that cape is just entirely like this nice fiery orange that looks so cool. And so displaying her from the slightly side-on angle, you get to see through to that burst of color behind her. I didn't even see this part before I went on my rant, but it looks like you can swap it out for this all orange thing all the time, which looks also super cool. God, there's some over-edited shots. Is anyone buying the figure because of these? I think both modes of this look really awesome. And she also has 2 awesome looking swords to go with it. Big fan of this one, but given all the customizability and stuff, she's a little bit pricey. It's a teeny tiny bit pricey, but she does look pretty stunning either way. This figure is so precious. Almost as precious as that little Illustrious at the start. I really love the colors on this figure. Color palettes with this sort of purple, blue, gold theme going on are just some of my absolute favorites to see. And the way they've got these different gradients going on the different layers of each part of the dress. It's so nice. There's so many little details. Again, with like gold trim on things. I love it. And Kyoka's expression is just, it's adorable. They've also got this base tilted up very slightly at the back, which should improve the viewing angle on Kyoka herself. So that's also really appreciated. I think more figures should be doing it. So yeah, I love this a lot. Do you want to hear about something I don't like? Maybe surprising, because it's by Alta, which is this Asahi Serizawa figure from Idolmaster. I think primarily the color choice on this is just not good. It's very dark, like black, red, blue sort of outfit. Just does not go with this like light pink, blue, green, swirly base at all. I think just taking the character by herself, it's so much easier to appreciate what Alta has done here. The tiger prints on this jacket. There's already so much going on with Serizawa herself that it really just didn't need the base to add more noise to this figure because it's already packed with detail. I think viewing it from the back really shows how stark the difference is between the character and the base in terms of color. It's just such a huge turnoff, which is a shame because it's undoubtedly really well produced. Why do these Chinese anime boys always get really sick figures? Like, what is this? That's so cool. The way they kind of just own like one half of the base vertically is really nice. And I think their colors work really well together in sort of like a yin-yang way. Whoa, there's a bunny? I didn't expect the back of this figure to look like that at all. I can appreciate some hidden bunny content. Is this supposed to be both of the characters in like bunny form or something? God, seeing more of this base, it's just so beautiful. And even the stone texture they have around the back just also looks really, really well done. The characters are your typical Chinese anime boys. I've never been like huge into them, but I can definitely appreciate the craftsmanship on this. This figure is a huge step above a lot of the figures we see, and I think it does deserve its 60,000 yen price tag. It's a lot of money, but this is a pretty insane and flawless figure. I talked about this My Figure briefly at Wonder Festival. Seeing more pictures of her now, I like it even more. I really like these lotus flowers. I feel like every time there's a lotus in a figure these days, I'm like, yes, lotus, let's go. And the smoky clouds just, it's so good. And the rest of the base being like this blue pond or whatever looks really nice. I think the coloring and texture there looks pretty damn good. I don't know what more to say about this that I haven't already. And I think just the entire composition of this figure is really beautiful. I really dig it. So thumbs up for me. And you didn't think I'd go through a whole video without talking about Miku, did ya? This is eStream's very super duper expensive Hatsune Miku Rage Project Sekai 2020 version. I hope that means something to someone. Look at the hair sculpt on this, it's just like whoosh. I think where I want to start on this is the base. I like these random rainbow triangles and circles and rectangles and stuff. I think once you pull back and see it in context, the colors and shapes aren't too big or bright that they distract at all. It all feels very natural and complementary to Miku, who is just this beacon of neon light that's just going on. I don't really like her face in this figure, but that might just be the original art. But I always like transparent tops like this. Seems to be more and more common with Miku figures these days. And I do like her big hoodie as well. And the whole figure does look really cool from the back. But I guess the question is this figure worth 52,000 yen? I say definitely not, but it is a pretty cool and distinct one for Miku. Now before we cap off the video with the speed round, if you've liked this video, make sure you'll subscribe to the channel and hit that like button as well, and check out my CD Japan affiliate link while you're there to pick up some figures for yourself. But now let's speed through some figures. Pour one out for all the Fruits Basket fans getting done dirty by Good Smile outsourcing this one to Toy Tech. If this doesn't turn out to be a disaster, it's an absolute miracle. Yo, what's up with this? A delivery figure that isn't like super horny? Oh wait, there's a deluxe version. What the hell? Why? FuRyu? It looks so creepy. 84,000 yen? That ain't it, fam. Hell no. Alright, no joke, I'm stopping buying Nendoroids and I'm only gonna buy these things instead because they're so cute and they're actually affordable. But they're basically Japanese Funko Pops, so I guess I'm a normie now. Don't talk to me or my son ever again. Did Overlord always have a robot waifu? She has like an actual gun. These showing up in my feed so Kirika can disappoint me one last time. God damn it. My favorite part of this video is where I mobbed all over those Genshin figures. Let me know your favorite Morbius moment in the comments below. I feel like these figures where Cloud wears a dress sell more than the figures where Cloud is wearing his normal outfit. I'm putting a ban on Uber Musume on this channel now. I really wish Nier Incarnation wasn't a stupid mobile game. I love this little mama ghost, I want that. And this bird thing, I want that. SpongeBob! Nendoroids in 2022, everybody. Like, what the hell's up with this bunny girl? Why she got a tail like that? If you didn't already think the Chloe Nendo was the greatest thing ever, they recreated this scene in the promo pictures. It's amazing. I need to get Miyu as well. We need to make this happen. Man, who cares about Soul Bad Guy? I'm here for Soul Good Man. Here's your monthly Rem figure by Belfine. I didn't know they could make bases that look this stupid. Yoshikage Kira just wants to live a quiet life with his cat. Tokyo Mew Mew New Mew Ichigo. That could be a tongue twister. Why is there a 1-1 scale of this Chainsaw Man dog thing? Why is it so expensive? I feel like these Code Geass figures could look really cool if Mega House didn't present them in the most bland way possible. I still kinda can't get over the spaghetti people character designs. You could put Lelouch in a bowl of soup and he'd make a good ramen. You know Freeing doesn't care when they don't give Toru a big, giant dragon tail. I guess if we're lucky we'll see a variant of it, you know, maybe June 2023? God, this Gilgamesh looks so good. I'd go gay for Gilgamesh. This looks awesome. I wish her skirt did anything though. And so that does it for the speed round and the July Amiami recap. This has been the Ando Experience, and I'll catch ya in the next one. Bye!